And you're called according to His purpose. You're called to do what He wants you to do. Let's look at the third one. Philippians 4:19. This is God's part. Everyone? And my God shall supply all your needs according to His riches in Christ Jesus. What does this tell us about God? God is the what? Wonderful. God is the provider of our needs. All our needs. Now notice, your needs, not greeds. Iba yan. It's not the greeds, but the needs. He knows your needs, and He's going to provide according to your needs. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? That God can provide according to your needs? Well, you know, God proves it over and over again. He proved it many, many times throughout life. What are some biblical events where God greatly provided for His people? Tell me, Old Testament, what did He do? How did God provide for His people?
Manna.
Yes, He provided manna, right? In the book of Exodus, God provided manna and water in the wilderness for 40 years. The Israelites were wandering in the wilderness for 40 years, in the desert. And God provided them food every day, water every day for 40 years. He also provided them clothing, shoes, everything they needed. In the New Testament, how did God provide? Feeding the 5,000, yes. In the Gospels, Christ fed bread and fish to 5,000 people. Don't think that God is different today. We have the same God today as He was in the past. No change. God who can provide for them in the past can provide for you today. God is the provider. He is the provider. After World War II came to an end, many children were left orphans because so much bombing in many cities that the parents died. They were fighting the war. And the kids were left alone. So what happened was the Allied forces came in and they gathered all the children. And they brought the children to different camps. And they bathed the children. They gave them clothes. They gave them food. They gave them a place to sleep at night. They took care of these children. Night after night they took care of the kids. But they noticed something. At night, the children would cry. They would have nightmares. Hindi sila makatulog. They were always crying and crying. And the people were saying, what's happening with these children? They got psychologists and psychiatrists to talk to the children to find out why they cannot sleep. And this went on for several days until finally one person said, wait. Let's give each child a piece of bread. Let them hold a piece of bread. So when they sleep at night, they're holding that bread. If they're hungry, let them eat some more. But let them all sleep with a piece of bread. And I just happen to have a piece of bread here. Yeah. So they're holding a piece of bread. And as they sleep, guess what? Every child is able to sleep peacefully. Why? Because they know when they wake up the following morning, they have something to eat. They have food to eat. Because during the war, they had no food to eat. So they had nightmares. But they have food every morning. They're sure of that. I tell you the story because today, many of you cannot sleep. Many of you are filled with stress, with worry, with anxiety. You're thinking to yourself, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to do this? And how you're worried, so worried, you have nightmares. Friends, God has given us His Word, the Bible. And if you hold the Bible close to your heart, if you study the Bible, if you learn who the author is of the Bible, you will have rest. You will have sleep. The Bible is also described as the daily bread. Jesus gives us our daily bread that we need to live our life every day. You see, Jesus is called the Jehovah Jireh. Can you all say that?
Jehovah Jireh.
That is God my provider. God my provider. Notice this. How do we get contentment? Because He's the provider. We can be content when we trust that God is what? Faithful in fulfilling His promise to provide according to our needs. When you believe in this truth that God will provide according to our needs, you'll find contentment. You'll find that peace. You'll find that peace. Three major things today, friends. God's part. God is the what?
Owner.
Owner of everything we possess. God is the controller of our lives, and God is the provider of all our needs. That's God's part. God's part, not your part. Many of you today are trying to live as the owner of the things you hold on to, your possessions. You think you're the controller of your lives. You think you're the provider. And because of that, you're frustrated. You're disappointed. You're filled with worries. You're overburdened with life. That's not your role. Stop doing what God is supposed to do. Stop it. Let God be God. Stop trying to be God. The Lord didn't design us to carry the yoke of responsibilities only He is capable of carrying. That's God's role. Hindi natin kaya yan. Understand, you and I were not designed. That's why we need to have confidence in God's sovereignty, in who God is, and providence that He will do His part. That He will do His part. Does this make sense? God is the owner, controller, and provider. Let God be God. Trust Him to do that. Now, you have your part to do. I'll tell you your part in just a second. But let me ask you, how rich are you? How rich are you, friends? How many of you are in the top 10% rich of the world today? Top 10%. Top 10%. I want to meet you. Top 10%. Anyone? Top 10%? You know, there was a survey made worldwide. Everyone, well, not everyone in the world, but a survey made worldwide in all the countries. They asked 4 questions, just 4 questions. And the answer is either yes or no. 4 questions. I'm going to ask you those questions, okay? And at the end of this 4 questions, you will know where you are in the percentage of richness in this world. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question number 1. Question number 1. Here's the first question. Do you own more than one pair of shoes?
Yes.
Everyone, yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
But yes, raise your hand high. Raise your hands high. Ladies, ladies, thank you very much. Thank you for being honest. Okay. You own more than one pair of shoes. Here, next question. Do you own a bike, car, motorcycle, scooter, some form of transportation? Yes. Yes. Okay, very good, very good. Keep counting how many yeses you have. Huh? Next question. Do you have a choice of food each day? Yes. Do you have a choice of food each day? Yes. Higher, higher, higher. Yes, that means you're not starving. Okay, very good. Last question. Do you have more than one pair of underwear? Yes. Or no? Oh, some of you are not raising your hands. Come see me later on, okay? We'll help you out. So, yes. Did you count how many times you said yes? Yes. You counted? Now, listen to this, friends. If you were able to say yes to 3 out of the 4 questions, you are in the louder? Top 10% of the rich of this world. Because only 1 out of 10 people in the world can say yes 3 out of the 4 times. What did you discover? What did you discover? How many of you are in the top 10% rich of the world? Oh. Does that shock you? You see, your perspective, how you see yourself, makes a difference compared to the rest of the world. If you said yes 3 times, only 3 times out of the 4, you're in the top 10% rich of this world. That's the truth, that's shocking, but that's what it is. Now, at this point, we're going to take a nice coffee break. Is that okay?
Yes.
Let's take a coffee break. Now, you don't have to leave. We're going to supply you with some merienda, mamon. Not mammon, but mamon. Man shall not live by mamon alone. So, if you have to go to the restroom, it's only going to be 10 minutes. So, stretch.
Sabihin ko naman hindi kumakain. Okay lang. Okay lang kita. Kasi may sabihin. I love you. Kamay mo lang.
Meron lagi kita.
Thank you po sa free kami na kaya. Tumo? Para tabudan na. Sige. Wala mo na.